Welcome to the Real Me podcast, where I talk about anything involving me in my life. Authenticity, real stuff going on, and real stuff that has happened. I'm going to give myself permission to talk about anything that is in my heart to talk about, but I'm not going to obligate myself to, you must talk about this, must talk about that. Like, no, 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 no. That is not the point of this podcast. The point is, I feel inspired to talk about something, just talk about it, and I'm going to come on and do it. Okay. What you're looking at here is something very interesting. You're looking at a picture that has, it says geek traits, nerd traits. Why am I showing you this picture? Well, I want to clarify my other videos that I do, which is my astrology content, which I've started on my original channel. I've currently, before I get into that, I'm currently posting the videos off of my original channel to this channel so that it's all in one channel. I got rid of those thinking that I wouldn't want those on there. Oh, I wish I kept them. Can't go back, putting them back on there, um, so that you can see them. Um, and I'm also going through and scheduling the shorts for April to come out on my channel, which I'm in the middle of right now. I'm not going to do it tomorrow because tomorrow I go to work and I get the voice every single time. So I will not be in the right frame of mind to want to sit down and schedule all those shorts because I won't be able to think clearly. So that's why I am, doing it today because I know how it goes. It's a very outside in feeling, very much about being very sensitive to criticisms and judgments. Because with that going on, it's like um, I'm more resistant to judgments that I have been in the past. Because I can't think clearly to answer in the way that I would authentically want to answer. So I do take it more personally and as a more of a thing like that. And it's just very tense, sensitive energy. Anyway, I don't want to get into any of that here um, on this podcast. Um, all right. Why am I doing this podcast? Why am I clarifying what I do and who I am and why I do it? Well, it's coming off of a comment that I got the other day by somebody who was um this is a Real Me podcast and I have permission to talk about this kind of stuff. I'm going to say what I honestly feel about this comment in this individual. They didn't seem to be very intelligent. Um, yeah, I'm not just screaming and yelling about this person and going off. Like you hear my voice, you hear how it sounds. Like I'm very calm and very like grounded. Like, you know, so yeah. So obviously was not into what I was doing, was not focused and concerned on what I was doing, had no interest in what I was doing, and did not appreciate what I was doing. Um, I showed a video where I showed myself, um, I basically did a Zoom video on my computer. I showed a short that I did back in 2022 when um, Of course, when I become really, really popular, the comments will not matter as much to me because there'll be so many of them. It won't matter anymore. So, but now they matter more because there is less. Like less is more. So I filmed that short back in 2022. I was sharing my knowledge of astrology. Um, just me, just innocently, just going and sharing my knowledge of astrology or what I wanted to express. Just a horoscope. Nothing major, nothing serious, nothing embarrassing. Just me doing my thing, minding my own business, doing an astrology short. I have a video on there. I'm not going to discuss every bit of that video, but there was a comment on that one short that I did where the person just put one word in that comment. The word was nerd. That was the word that they used. And that way that it was the word that they referred to me as being. In the video, I was like, you know, I don't know. I didn't know what the word meant. I thought it just meant a very smart person, like a book nerd. You know how a book nerd reads a lot and is very, very intelligent, very, very book smart. Well, um, uh, apparently I didn't know what the word meant, and I didn't go into it enough to where I clarified what, in my case, like I am doing this for myself, and I'll get into that later. But so I put that video out yesterday morning. I looked on my channel, I think it was a notification that came up on my phone. And then this one person commented on that video, and I literally said, don't judge me for this. In the video, I also said, I'm just open to whatever the opinions are going to be. I wonder if this person actually saw the whole video or just saw that one part and just didn't see the rest of it because they were like, I would not be surprised. Now, according to AI, and I'm just going to look up something here just so that I know what I'm talking about. This individual, according to AI, according to the song I put out yesterday in regards to this person's comment that I did out of inspiration for that, the AI machine referred to this individual as a troll. And, well, if it referred to it and I didn't call it in there, then AI is so intelligent, um, I would tend to, you know, agree with it. And I want to, first of all, when I'm to talk about what nerd means, but first of all, I want to read to you this comment just to sort of illustrate this and break this down. And I'm not going to show you the responses that I gave because I don't need to show you that without giving the person's channel away because that's just not necessary. It says, "Hey brother, they bully you because you look nerd, and it's not okay to stay like this. I want you to work on yourself. I set my goal for next month, eating healthy, working, helping family." Just sit with that for a moment. person was like a bad friend. Like a friend gives you advice and tips and, you know, words of encouragement. Not this person. This person was a bad friend on the side of the devil and on the side of the, apparently I knew this person's side and they were not for me. They were against me and they were for the one who commented nerd. Well, and I'm also feeling very, very strongly like I should pull the lyrics of this song up to really talk about them. This is, again, a very deep and in-depth podcast and it is turning into yet another one of those videos. So don't mind me. Okay. Let's just talk about this. I'll do the lyrics after just to affirm some things, but of the song I produced yesterday called Your Own Reality and I'm Worthy to Be Me, if you've heard that song yet. And the AI clearly explains what the song is about, as it does. Um, Basically thinking that they know me and they don't. Thinking that I need to work on myself and they were not clear. My gosh. Wow, this is a red flag and I do not want to see this on my channel at all. I'm not going to poke the bear. I'm not going to ruffle feathers. I'm going to let resting dogs lie. I'm going to mind my own business, do my own thing, Taurus North Node. I'm not going to get in this person's business and put the song underneath the person's video. No, I'm not going to do that. That's wrong. It was on my channel and I want to leave it on my channel. Um, it's not okay to stay like this, and I want you to work on yourself. Person was very mean to me. Work on myself. I interpret that as, let me think. Change who I am, compromise my identity, not share what I'm passionate about, hold myself back, not share on social media, focus on living a life away from social media as this person lists out the things. I don't know what world and what reality this person lives in, but it's not my world and my reality. Okay. Full permission, 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 permission. I'm giving myself permission here. Thinking that I don't know how to do the things that are listed. Well, projecting is what this person did. Thinking that I'm not healthy when it comes to my nutrition. Thinking that I'm spending too much time on social media sharing and doing all of this rather than working and helping family. I'm not going to be dishonest in this video, but I'm also not going to be for this comment. This person had no right to tell me how to be, how to live my life. Let me just say that my health is in very, very good condition. I I eat very, very healthy. I well, Now that I'm even I should have water by me, but I am eating healthy. I'm exercising, getting good exercise with my own life. I don't have any work right now, so that's why I'm devoting so much time into my YouTube. If I did have work, I wouldn't be. But working, I'm working on what I can do right now and what I'm passionate about. Working, the laborious process of doing something that you're not passionate about. That I should be doing something that I'm not passionate about instead of doing something that I'm passionate about. That I should be avoiding and ignoring and not doing what I am passionate about, not sharing my voice, not sharing my authenticity with what I want to share, with the information that I want to share, and all of that. The disrespect in my direction is evident, clear. I'm thinking that working is doing stuff that you just hate doing, but you have to do it to, to a point where you are ignoring what you're passionate about, working instead of focusing on your passions. Um, I may just go through this whole slew and just take about it from my perspective, not read to you what I said, and just look at it. And then helping family. Hmm. Well, you don't know me, and you don't know my family and the help that they need. If they needed help, I would help them. Basically, I want to look up the word patronizing. This person was patronizing me. Hmm. Superiority, thinking that you are like telling you what. This is Sagittarius South Node Shadow. The Sagittarius South Node Shadow is thinking that you know something about somebody, making the assumption, and you don't know anything about anybody. In reality, you do not know that person in their life. Okay? You do not know who they are. You can't be making all these assumptions like you know who they are and tell them, get on your high horse and tell them how to live their life. Like, this is exactly, I think this person would benefit from that Gemini North Node if they were, patient enough to really hear what I have to say. And I think that they would resonate with that because they were patronizing me, feeling like they were superior and I wasn't, feeling like they knew what was right for me and I didn't know what was right for me, making me wrong. And I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I made it very, very clear. I'm perfectly imperfect. And you did all this in my responses. Condescending. Yeah, condescending. Yeah, this basically overlaps with it. Talking down to others, making them feel inadequate about themselves, making them feel inadequate. They're not good enough. They're not worthy enough to be themselves. That's what that song, I Am Worthy to Be Me, it's about. I am worthy to express my authenticity and express myself, making me feel disrespected. Whenever I see mean and critical comments, it makes me it makes me feel like I'm a bad person. But then when I respond to every comment that I get, including the negative and judgmental ones, then I take my back my power and say, you know what? I'm not what you're describing, and you were wrong, and I'm going to let you know about it. So that's what I was basically doing, is letting this person know exactly what I was thinking and what I was um going through, or not going through. But I spoke my mind. I stood up for myself, I told them, and I'm going to get into that here. Um, yeah, it then gets specific here, which I don't need to. Um, you have to set boundaries to people in comments. You cannot take the world personally. You cannot take comments like this personally. So, probably be other topics of discussion, other comments that'll come up that I want to discuss, and then, I will give myself permission to do that here. I'm doing what I feel comfortable doing. So, yeah, patronizing, putting me down. So, I say what you did is not right to me. I acknowledge that they were projecting. This person was projecting, patronizing. Um, and I wasn't clear. Um, I misread the video and I didn't go back and check this comment carefully. But the point was still the same. I don't care what you think. I can do what I feel is right to do for me, in my integrity, in my autonomy, and I'm not a nerd. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. This is what this person thought of me, that they thought that I looked nerd. Um, say I'm very intelligent, very, very self-aware, and very wise as I can be in my age. And this is all good stuff about me. Intelligent, wise, aware, all good things that this person wasn't recognizing, because they probably didn't give me a chance, because they probably didn't see any of those videos. A troll. All I was trying to do was share my knowledge of astrology, and I'm fascinated by it. I'm passionate about it. I'm just being who I authentically want to be and who I am, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Who are you to tell me that I can't be who I am? This person has no right to tell me what I can and cannot do. This person has no right to dim my light and take away my authenticity, take away who I want to express. I don't need to work on myself. Again, telling other people how to live their life when you don't even know them. So wrong. This is the Sagittarius shadow. And we need to be aware of when others are doing this to us and when we are doing this to us. I work on myself throughout my life because I feel that there may be certain areas that I need work, and I recognize that within myself. And I take and I'm open-hearted to the people in my life that care about me and that want to help me. And I'm open to it because they know me and they won't be, well, they won't be so, harsh and critical, and they know who I am. I recognize it within myself. And then I just speak my mind. I'm clearly defending myself to this person. When I get comments like this, I feel attacked. Attacked. It's a personal attack. But it's not. You cannot take comments so seriously, others' opinions so seriously. You can't. You just can't. It's a big world out there. There's a lot of people who are going to be on your side, and a lot who won't, and that's just the reality. Saying that I have Chiron in the first house, which deals with wounds around being yourself, basically. Yes. And I explain what that means, and I've summarized what it means. Basically, means that I don't. Yeah, your judgment will not get the better of me. And I put the link to the song, assuming that they heard it. They could not be convinced, and they could not be changed. Just go to my community because I'm not seeing every little lie here. I'm just gotta be there right now. You see, again, I'm not yelling and screaming and shouting. I'm not. I'm not. So, um, yeah, basically, yeah, yeah. Instead, I wonder after hearing the song potentially, still not. Okay, surely the song would convince you. Surely this song would make you like look in the mirror and look at yourself very, very carefully and see like, oh, I was wrong. And you know what? I admire, and this person is standing up with themselves and being assertive. But they weren't having that. They were having none of it. Assuming that they heard it, which I don't know if they did. I wonder why you always got picked. You don't live in ground reality. I mean, I'm guessing they didn't hear the song. I don't know if they heard it or not. They weren't clear. I guess I could have asked them, but I was so caught up in it that I didn't ask them. Um, I don't live in ground reality. Um, Again, an assumption that's not right. Okay, do not do this. Do not send me these kind of comments, please. Um, you don't live in ground reality. You don't live in the reality. I'm not living in this person's reality. I'm not living their reality. Again, projecting. I'm not living their reality. I am living my reality. Okay, reality is a perception. Reality is an illusion. You create your own reality. Reality is, is there really one reality? I mean, if there is one reality, then why do we get to create our own reality? It makes no sense. Um, I clarified this stuff, but I'm not going to go through it. And, I went on and explained, I know my worth and value. I'm strong in my identity. Um, and their reality sounded like a world that was very divisive, judgmental. Everyone was not accepted for who they are. Um, Not accepted for putting themselves out there and being their resident self. Very judgmental reality. And so I made it clear to this person what I thought of their reality. Um, and the comments from the person were so short and mine were so long and so well written. That says a lot about somebody. It really does. Um, Obviously I was seeing the reflection of this person coming through in this comment very, very clearly. So, I'm not going to obligate myself to share every little comment I get. Only the ones I feel inspired because I have something to talk about. I'm going to come on and talk about it. Um, and I just wanted to be clear with what they said, and apparently I was because they said, "Don't worry, it'll hit soon." Like they were trying to scare me. It just, they're not here to hurt me. They're just, you know, flies that buzz around. Don't try to hurt you. Don't try to, they're not going to injure you or anything. They're just buzzy gnats that fly around. And you have to just treat them, um, like that. Well, just not take them so seriously. Not take others' opinions so seriously. Okay, that's what I'm here to say. Now, a conditioned part of me is saying, don't do this, don't talk about this person like this. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to push it down. It's just a part of me that's coming to my awareness right now. You can stay there, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay? The condition can be there, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like, this is what it's about. Um, okay, and then, I have thicker skin, I said. Um, I'm doing this inside out from a sovereign way. Then I, talk about living from the inside out. And I wasn't going to allow this judgmental comment to get to me and be, on the outside in. This is from, the outside in. This whole thing that I'm not going to live from the outside in. Let this judgment and this criticism and this projection get the better of what I want to do. So I basically made it clear what I said very, very clearly. Very, very much clearly. Um, then I recommended channels that, oh, okay. that introduced me to that term from the inside out. Then person said, "Nah, I can say it, and always you will face the reality." Didn't proofread. Will you will. It's the reality. Um, um, I asked the person why they were so persistent in their delivery. Obviously, this person would not budge, and they were, being persistent in what they were saying and what they were doing. They wouldn't let up. They wouldn't see my where I was coming from and my whole, perspective of it. And that's what they were doing. So, I just want to clarify that. Um, so, um, yeah, talked about the age of Aquarius where everyone accept each other. And the thing with this, with this comment is that, okay, I have this insecurity right now as I'm doing this, it's holding me back. Just gonna get past it. I want to ask you a very profound question, I say. Are you looking inside yourself? Because this comment was somebody who was not processing this within themselves and was taking it out on me. Just like I took something out on another channel with what she was doing. And I used the kind of the same similar tactic as she did. And I said, I'm curious as to why you're so persistent and, all that. So now I was playing her role and this person was playing my role just in a, you know, lower way, lower vibrational, less intelligent way. Because I am very, very intelligent enough to, where this person that I projected onto back in 2023 had a conversation where I had, intelligence about me to what I was saying. I am not like this person at all. This person does not live my world. I am way more intelligent than this particular individual by what is shown here. So, you know, and really, they were saying that I need to work on myself when they need to work on themselves, that they're, taking out this insecurity of people like me, my age, my type of personality, and etc., sharing their authentic knowledge of what they know about things on social media. This person obviously had some issues with that and had some insecurity around that. And had yeah, very, very insecure um around that. And then not, it's like to take the high road is to process it within yourself and do the inner work, not to just take it out on somebody else. Okay. So I will be very, very mindful in my life of when I project onto others and when I assume onto others. I'm not going to be like this individual who did not process this and didn't reflect on it and project it onto me, which is a very, very low thing to do. Um, so yeah. So yeah, this person didn't respond back. So that's the slew of comments. And I want to talk about, before I just merge into that, I want to define a nerds too. Now a nerd, um, definition of it, says a person's highly passionate, knowledgeable, very, very passionate about what they're doing. Excuse me, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. Very passionate. I'm very passionate about what I talk about and what I decide to do. Um, I'm very, very knowledgeable. Very, very knowledgeable about um astrology and what I want to share with someone my age, being 21 years old, being 18 at the time. I was very, very intelligent, very bright, very knowledgeable about astrology. And astrology is very academic, and it's a technical skill when it comes to like, learning the signs and the planets and the houses and the degrees and the aspects and, all the technical stuff involved with it. So I guess that part would be, yes, but the term also implies social awkwardness. And this individual thought that I was socially awkward for sharing my knowledge of astrology and putting it out there. Being awkward, thinking it was wrong of me, like it was embarrassing of me, like I shouldn't be doing this, like it's not for my highest good. You don't know for what's for my highest good because you don't know me and you don't live in my world. So, that's the bottom line of it. That that's that's the bottom line of this of what happened. Um um yeah, my family does not think I am socially awkward and does not call me a nerd. My grandma, who watches my astrology videos, does not think this of me. I don't think this about me. But now I'm kind of thinking in these terms because this person projected and introduced this to me, and I'm looking at myself very, very negatively from an outside force and not from me. Okay. So, yeah. Um, when I do astrology videos, I put my, here's what I'm gonna say. When I do astrology videos, I put my full attention and energy and my heart into those astrology videos. I make them the best that they can be. I don't do a half-assed job with them when I make the video. When I do the video, it is in a way that is true and that works for me right now at this point in my life. And it is not a bad thing at all that I'm coming on social media and sharing my knowledge of astrology. And I mean, sharing my expertise, I guess you could say, in astrology, which is not a bad thing at all. And this person made it a bad thing. This person didn't accept what I was doing and was against it and took it out on me, projected out on me, like I projected onto this other person about um not, like take down your membership. So um I was not accepting of that person for what they were doing, and this person is not being accepting of what I am doing with my astrology videos. For those that are interested in astrology and who are into my kind of content and who are very, very intelligent and very, very smart and very, very um, stable-minded, very um kind-hearted, genuine, decent, compassionate individuals, then those are my people. This person is not my person. And I don't want to have anything to do with this person. So this is just to kind of show you, like, again, I will not tolerate these kind of comments on my channel. So with the song that I created, um, I kind of already explained a lot of this. My reality is not full of divisive separation. Well, we do not live in a world where everyone judges each other for they are and puts each other down. And this person was clearly living in that reality and projecting that reality onto me. Um, and then I emphasize you create your own reality, you get to choose your own reality, you can live in yours and I'll live in mine. Mind your own business. You live in your reality, I'll live in mine. I won't try to, force you to live in my reality. Because that's the reality that you want to live in. That's the life that you want to live in, and so be it. Let them. Let them live in that reality. Don't try to change them and make them live in another reality. Let them. As that book by Mel Robbins clearly states, let them. You can't change or control people. So be careful, be aware there is badness in the world, and you were that sign. This person was a sign of what is wrong with the world, of all the judgments of how society conditions us to be a certain way, of how others judge us into being all these certain things and, put us in boxes and force us to act in these certain ways which are not true for us. Be careful, be aware there is badness in the world, and you are that sign. This person was a sign and an indicator and an example of what is wrong with social media in the world. This is a typical bad comment that you find on social media. And if you've ever seen the movie Cyberbully on YouTube, then, well, there is a lot of relation to that whole idea. And that I'm worthy to be who I am. They were trying to be honest with me, but really they were just projecting and patronizing. Um, and I say, you should be in movies, you should be in books, you should be in my dreams, not in real life. Like, yes, this kind of thing should be in my dreams and not a real thing that I experience in my life. Like, wow, I literally am doing my North Node and Taurus thing, um, doing what I value, and this is not the only value, but this is a big value in my life right now, is this, doing what I value, which is sharing my knowledge of astrology videos, expressing myself creatively, my North Node and Fifth House, and doing it, and being in my truth, and knowing my worth, and and um and this person was reinforcing Scorpio. Because in Scorpio energy, it is a very, very divisive energy because it's like you can't trust anyone into the dark secrets and into the dark aspects of human nature. Like, that's my South Node. In the 11th house of groups, friendships, like I do not go into these places like I didn't put myself in a place where I would be engaging with this kind of I didn't put myself in a place against my values with these people that would not be on my side and would support and would be against me and be just a cyberbully. Like I didn't put myself in that place. I literally was just doing my thing, and sharing it. Because not everybody is like this. The world is a complex place. Well, many different types of people, and the internet is as well. So, um, okay. You seems you need healing to go into reflection, to heal your rejection, to heal your projection. Um, you create your own reality. Yeah, again. Okay. Um, they were just trying to push my buttons and make me mad, and trying to push and push and push and trying to scare me and trying to make me feel like I'm a bad person. Because they wouldn't understand where I was coming from. So, um, okay. I will live from the inside out, not the outside in, and make it clear that I have thicker skin. Like I have thicker skin. I won't let comments like this get the better of me. Um, the song again reinforces the wound around being yourself. Express like people like myself at my age putting themselves out there in social media, expressing themselves. Apparently, it was wrong and uncalled for and not right and awkward and embarrassing in this person's perspective. So it is affecting your mind, your mental well state of being, making you a foe and not a friend. Creativity in that. Yeah. So, affecting your mind. Um, I do not know what state of mind this person was in when writing this. This person could have been very, very depressed and looking for some outlet to take something out on somebody because they were so depressed and down. Like you never know what someone is going through on the internet. This person could have been so severely depressed and could have been judged for being themselves authentically for who they are, maybe at their age. And so they were taking it out on me because they felt that way and they were seeing me and it was like it's human nature. Okay. Like a lot of us want to take others down to make ourselves feel better. Okay. So it's just a protective thing. It's like making ourselves feel secure about ourselves and better ourselves by taking others down and dimming others light and um raining on their parade and dampening their flame, as I said in my song for you, which I don't think this person saw um, the song. Maybe they did, I don't know. But just taking me down because of, your insecurities. Like this is a very Scorpio quality to feel insecure and to obsessively and vengefully and negatively engage in drama and provoke drama and take somebody down. It is the Scorpio quality. This person said it'll hit soon. Nothing will hit soon. No one will reject me. My channel will not be deleted and you will be defeated. So, that is to say that, you are wrong and I will not go down just because of what you're saying and you are wrong. You are saying this, but there is plenty of other people out in the world who will comment on my videos. In fact, probably most of them that will not be like you are. Oh my gosh, I had a dream last night about getting a bigger following. I want to see, like, I just want to wake up and see 1,000 subscribers on my channel. Just to where I can have some support, like people who have my back with what I'm saying here with this video. I would like to see that in the comments. I don't have that support right now. I only have 172 subscribers, so you know what? I don't need others. I can stand up for myself and I can be sovereign of myself, you know? So, yeah. And I will, I, I will produce content now the same way I will when I get a massive following. Like, I won't care what the other things when I get, 100,000 subscribers. I'll be producing this kind of content, the Real Me podcast. I'll be doing all that. And I won't care what the other things. Because this is why they subscribed to my channels because of the content that I was producing while I was getting that following. And so I will um not let the following make myself self-conscious of myself, make me self-conscious, and I will really liberate myself and I will be uninhibited and be my true self still when I get the following. Now, granted, it will probably feel a little bit more uncomfortable for me, and I don't want to deny that feeling, but I'm going to push past it and be courageous and be my true self when that day comes when I get following, which it will come because I will be on YouTube for quite a long time. This is long term. Um, you're a bully or a bad one who thinks it's not okay to be myself, when you don't even know me. Yeah, exactly. Um, and yeah, that's basically the song. So with all that to say, for those who are interested in astrology, for those who are serious about astrology, into it, and have just some intelligence about you will not be writing me these kind of comments. If you are into this, then the people who are not, those are not my people. Like I don't want you here. I don't want you on my channel commenting on my videos. And when I produce astrology, it is because I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to be just someone my age, just trying to be all smart about it. I'm just who I am, my age, sharing my knowledge and sharing my insight. And I don't care what age. I could be 30, I could be 45 and still do the same thing. I could be 17 and still do the same thing. Same thing. I'm not trying to look cool or be a nerd or be smart. I am just sharing something that I am passionate about. And I've been into astrology since 2019. So, there you go. So, Um, I'm not trying to make myself look bad, and this person thought that I did, but just I don't think that sharing your knowledge of something, my age, is making yourself look bad. This is obviously a negative, viewpoint, and again, um, a troll is somebody who is not for me. There's a card from Colette Baron Reed's deck called "Not for You," and and Wisdom of the Oracle. That card so applies to me right now. I know your worth from a spirit animal. Like, this person is not for me. So that's what I want to end this podcast on. I'm gonna get off now and continue to schedule the videos for the shorts to come out for the month of April. I just wanted to do this and share this. Hopefully this will not be a rabbit hole where there'll be just comment after comment and negativity. I won't be doing this with everyone. I will only do it when I feel it is right for me, not to compulsively, like, I must do this, I must do this, I did it for this other thing, so why do I do this thing? No. Relax, like, you know what? I want to do this right now. Like, I feel like I want to express this. Then I'll come on and do that. Like, that's how I do it. I don't do it for every little comment. There'll be several comments that'll come up that I just won't do it for. Okay? But this is one of those where I feel very, very strongly like I want to do this. So I did it. It'll go out there. Again, like that video, the opinions will be what they will be. Please do not comment something under this video that is related to that comment in that slew of comments. Do not be this person. Do not be this person. So and I'm not going to feel afraid to post things. And I'm not going to feel afraid to post videos and content because I'm afraid of being judged. No, 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 no. Outside in, no. When I get a massive following, I won't be afraid. I'll be my true self regardless of how much following I have. As as best as I can, as best as I can be, I will be that. So anyway, thank you for tuning into the Real Me podcast. I'll see you on the next episode.